Glenn, this is Dr.
The first time I met Mr. Plummer was when I was probably this tall in fifth
I subsequently met Fentress, and we didn't have a lot of time to engage
Good morning again, and welcome to the 2021 Whitney M. Young Jr. Awards celebration. We're absolutely delighted to have you, and we are grateful that you have taken time out your busy schedules to join us today. It means quite a bit to us, and it means even more to children who will benefit from this from the years to come. With that in mind, let's pray again. Dear God, for this day and for these opportunities, we say thank you for the opportunity to share and be with young people and to create new opportunities for them. We are grateful. Now, all of these persons who have gathered today, we ask your blessings upon, and it's in your name we pray. Amen. I'm excited to present our next speaker. She is the chair, and so I want to invite Ms. Rachelle Beckett to come now to say hello.
Good morning. My name is Rachelle DeVoe Bedke, and I have the distinct privilege of serving as chair of the Pathfinder District of the Greater Tampa Bay Area Council, Boy Scouts of America, the proud sponsor of this morning's special event. I'd like to add my welcome. We are so pleased to have you with us this morning. This morning, we honor 4 outstanding individuals whose words and deeds exemplify the values of the Scout Oath and the Scout Law. For those of you who don't know it, or may not remember all the way back to Cub Scouts, the Scout Oath goes like this. On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country and to obey the Scout Law, to help other people at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight. And the Scout Law states, a Scout is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. I hear some of you joining in with me. As the mother, proud mom of 2 newly minted Eagle Scouts, it's easy for me to remember these words because I've heard them more than a few times. But more than that, these character traits are timeless and their value indisputable. And they will serve as reliable guideposts to all youth, boys and girls, who choose to participate in the Scouting program and take advantage of all that it offers. The Pathfinder District, our district, exists to ensure that all youth who wish to participate in Scouting can participate. We exist to eliminate cost as a barrier to entry. We exist to make the opportunity that Scouting affords available to all youth and families. I'd like to now share a short video with you that tells you a little bit more about our special mission. I hope you enjoy it.
Leadership, citizenship, preparedness, personal fitness, service, respect, perseverance, confidence, happiness. These are just a few of the character traits we work to cultivate in youth who participate in Scouting programs throughout the Greater Tampa Bay Area Council. These traits are not only timeless, but essential to development of the life skills, self-esteem, and drive that youth need to become their best selves. The opportunity to develop these traits should be available to all youth. There's the Pathfinder District. The Pathfinder District delivers Scouting programs at low or no cost to youth in historically underserved areas. Because cost should not be a barrier to entry to the education, experience, friendship, and fun Scouting has to offer. The Greater Tampa Bay Area Council covers an enormous area. It serves 9 counties, reaching from Citrus County in the north to Highlands County in the south, and from Pinellas County in the west to Polk County in the east. The council is divided geographically into districts, and each district's leaders, primarily volunteers, support the Cub Scout packs and Scout BSA troops within the district's boundaries. The Pathfinder District is unique in several ways. First, it covers the entire width and breadth of the council's territory. Second, it focuses exclusively on the creation, growth, and sustainability of Cub Scout packs and Scout BSA troops in historically underserved areas. Third, the Pathfinder District typically achieves its goals through partnerships with wonderful organizations with complementary missions, such as the Boys and Girls Clubs of Tampa Bay, the Tampa Bay Housing Authority, and the Hillsborough County School District's Transformation Network Schools. Fourth, the Pathfinder District provides uniforms, program materials, outdoor gear, training, transportation, and even awards at no cost to the youth. And fifth, the Pathfinder District enjoys the support and additional professional staff who work side by side with our committed volunteers to ensure that the scouting programs delivered are the highest caliber. And a quality program is fun. Scouts learn by doing, by trying new things, making new friends, embracing new challenges, and expanding their life experiences. If they are committed, work and play hard, and achieve their required goals, they can earn the BSA's highest rank, Eagle Scout. The only award earned before a youth turns 18 that he or she can always include on a resume, job, or college application. Join us. We need your help to expand the reach of the Pathfinder District and serve more youth.
As was mentioned in the video, we have the advantage of having the extra help of some incredible professional staff members. But the majority of the work of the Pathfinder District is performed by our volunteers. And we have quite a few of them actually here with us, and many more who have joined us virtually. But I want to take just a quick minute to introduce those of them who are here with us this morning. So if you just raise your hand so we know who you are. Of course, our host, Reverend Dr. Glenn B. Dames. Our membership chair, Rose Coman. Our program chair, Ryan Clements. Our incredible partner at the Boys and Girls Club, Jason Jenkins. As well as our finance chair, my colleague and good friend, Johan Cepes.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you all so much again for joining us for this very special occasion. The Whitney M. Young Jr. Service Award recognizes outstanding service by an individual or organization for demonstrated involvement in the development and implementation of scouting opportunities for youth from rural or low-income urban backgrounds. This award recognizes the unsung heroes, those who do exceptional service for disadvantaged youth. Whitney Young, as we're going to show a video to introduce Whitney Young, but he was a civil rights leader and a leader of the National Urban League and someone who worked tirelessly for equitable access to socioeconomic opportunity for the historically disadvantaged. As you will see, these leaders during the civil rights movement were critical to the growth of our society and to the provision of opportunities for those who were not afforded those opportunities otherwise. And that's what you'll hear later on in the program, what our honorees have done through their efforts. So now we'll take a look at a short video of Whitney Young's legacy.
The National Whitney M. Young Jr. Service Award is presented to recognize individuals and corporations who have performed exceptional service and have been instrumental in the development of scouting for youth who are disadvantaged. The mission of the Whitney M. Young Jr. Service Awards celebration is to secure community resources in support of the scouting program for at-risk youth and to provide experiences that develop self-esteem, character values, and life skills, thereby enhancing the lives of young people in disadvantaged areas of our community. All proceeds from this program are applied to that goal. To the vast majority of Americans who lived through the 1960s, the name Whitney M. Young Jr. is synonymous with the historic advances in civil rights that began during that pivotal decade. In 1961, he became executive director of the National Urban League and worked to secure civil rights and social justice for African Americans with equal measures of quiet reason and firm determination. In fact, Young's scholarly demeanor and patient approach set him apart from some of the more fiery reformers and activists of the day. He is remembered by historians as the only major civil rights leader of the era who was never arrested for civil disobedience. But he was no less a force for change. In May of 1968, Whitney Young addressed the National Council of the Boy Scouts of America.
The unfinished task of making real the dream of justice and equality for all calls us from our comfortable complacency, our insensitivity, our indifference. That task beckons with the finger of urgency to involvement. And as we toil amidst things as they are, may our vision of things yet to be strengthen and inspire us.
As a result of that challenge to the National Council and his great works, the Boy Scouts of America created the Whitney M. Young Jr. Service Award Program, which continues to celebrate the memory and vision of Whitney M. Young Jr.
At this time, we would like to recognize our 2021 Whitney M. Young Jr. honorees. The four individuals you will hear about embody what it means to be a servant leader. They are outstanding members of the community who exemplify the principles of the Scout Oath and Law. And to introduce our first honoree, I call on Reverend Dames to make that introduction.
Thank you so much, Your Honor. This first individual that we are recognizing today is Mr. Addison Davis, who I'm sure you all have heard about or read about in recent days. He is no stranger to Tampa. He has hit the ground running. But what you don't read is he has been a champion for diversity. His career has been spent not in Clay County, as most people presume. He spent only 4 years as an elected superintendent in Clay County. The majority of his career was spent in Duval County, serving some diverse schools, some of our historically diverse schools, such as Ribault Middle School. Most people don't know he was a school leader at Ribault Middle School. Most people don't know that he served as a principal assistant principal of St. Clair Evans Elementary School. As I left, he came. He served as AP for St. Clair Evans Elementary School which was formerly known as Moncrief Elementary School. If anybody knows about Jacksonville, they know that it's next door to Hilltop Apartments, which are some of the most challenged apartments in the city of Jacksonville. And he served that school with distinction. He went on to serve Jeff Davis Middle School in Jacksonville, Florida, and also Terry Parker High School. So he served at every level of our system, from elementary to high school. From there, he was promoted to area superintendent, and from there served as chief of schools and even assistant superintendent for Duval County Schools for 18 years before he was elected in Clay County, right next door, where we both grew up, where he served with distinction as the superintendent of Clay County Public Schools before being elevated and hired here in Tampa for Hillsborough County Public Schools. And I want to say that he is doing the best he can with what he has, but I'm proud and pleased to present our honoree, Mr. Addison Davis. Please stand by for a short video.
Hi, my name is Laura Meehan, and I am the 2021 Hillsborough County Teacher of the Year. As Teacher of the Year, I've had the privilege of getting to know Mr. Davis. I've gotten to join him at meetings, at community events, at schools, getting to know some of the learners in our county and getting to see him work. Superintendent of any district would definitely be a challenging job, but Mr. Davis does it with grace, and he makes sure to always put students first. I've enjoyed getting to know him over this past year, and I look forward to continue working with him in order to better Hillsborough County. Mr. Davis, congratulations on winning the Whitney M. Young Junior Service Award.
Hello, this is Sandy Chasters, principal of Simmons Career Center in beautiful Plant City. In addition to being principal, I'm also the advancement chair for the local Troop 89 out of Brandon, Florida. I'm also a dad, soccer coach, and anything you can think of. So I wear many hats and do many different schedules. Constant change. And speaking of change, it's been 2019 since I met Superintendent Davis, and ever since he arrived to Hillsborough County, he's always shown us that he wants to level the playing field for all the kids across the district. He gave us homework to look at the opportunity myth that really fully embraces what his message is. I really do believe that he wants what's best for our kids, and he's very supportive of what we do at Simmons Career. Because of that, Superintendent Davis, congratulations on being awarded the 2021 Whitney M. Young Jr. Service Award. Felicidades.
I first met Addison Davis at Leadership Florida, and I think what struck me about him the first time I met him was his outgoing and energetic personality. He's very positive, he is very enthusiastic and very passionate about education, and that was the first impression that I got when I met him, and that really hasn't changed. He is definitely a go-getter, he's high achiever, he is still very passionate about education, and we appreciate all that he does for our school district, especially in these tumultuous times. He's really accomplished quite a bit for our school district over the last year and throughout this global pandemic. I would describe him as someone who's very caring about education, about public education. He is very competitive as well, so he wants to be the best school district. He wants to take our schools that need attention and that have been unfortunately failing over the last several years and really transform those into the best schools in not just the state of Florida, but also in the country. I think a story I would share about Addison would probably be just about his work ethic. I don't have like one particular story as much as I don't think this guy like sleeps because he's always working. He is up at the crack of dawn. He is very disciplined about his work schedule. He barely eats. He does, make sure that he stays fit and exercises and spends time with his lovely wife, Natalie, and his daughters. But this guy's work ethic is something I've never seen before, and we really need it right now in this particular time that we're in. We need someone who's very, very committed and dedicated to his job, and I think we have found that person in our superintendent. So With much appreciation and much pride, I thank and congratulate Addison Davis on achieving the 2021 Whitney Young Junior Service Award for the Boy Scouts of America.
Thank you so very much. Really appreciate it. Is it okay if I take my mask off? You never know. You never know. You know, as you know, I try to sleep in it nowadays. But nonetheless, you know, thank you so very much. It's you know, been a very, very interesting, trying 14 months in Hillsborough County. But at the same token, it's been so rewarding. When you get an opportunity to truly serve children in Hillsborough, over 220,000 children, and work aside 25,000 employees, you truly have an opportunity to make an impact in this community. And the Tampa Bay region is one that is thriving, one that is a great place to live, to learn, to be an educator, and to be a resident. And from my perspective, why today I am acknowledged for this, I acknowledge this on behalf of all 25,000 employees that have bridged the gap for our children every single day. Today I have some team members here, and they have been truly instrumental in this process to be able to remove barriers, to be able to close gaps, to be able to give children a sense of hope every single day in Hillsborough County. And for that, I acknowledge you, I appreciate you. If you please stand up, let's give them a round of applause, because they are part of the greatest process that we have in Hillsborough County. And for those of y'all who took a moment, whether you're here, you're virtually, and you know, Ms. Snively, thank you so very much for believing in me, for giving me a chance, because when we talk about students who need us the most, they are in the urban core in Hillsborough County. Those who need us to step up, to extend our hand and make certain that they have every accessibility and opportunity to become whoever they aspire to be. Our job is to help them be not only successful inside the four walls we call our classrooms, but outside in our community as to become civic leaders. In the Boy Scouts of America, what they do to make that connectivity, and they drive the essentials related to being that mentor, allowing us to grow and have the connectivity of being a lifelong learner, to making certain they understand faith and leverage the faith-based partnership and the core values at our dinner table are reclaimed, and making certain that we drive to have a healthy environment every single day, regardless of how hard our decisions have to be, how hard our day are, regardless of the circumstances, our zip code, no matter who we are from a socioeconomic standpoint. What the Scouts of America, Boy Scouts of America does, it eliminates any of those thresholds and allows equity to take place. And I'm so proud for individuals who are here today that continue to stand on that sideline, to continue to be a champion of change, and continue to lead in a way that protects the core values of integrity, respect, core, belief, the cooperation, all those industries. In Transformation Network, and I'm so thankful for Shay McRae and what she does in this school district. And there's 28 schools in the Transformation. They need us the most. In the last 14 months, whether they haven't had accessibility to face-to-face instruction, whether they haven't had ability to connect with mentors, with leaders, with table coaches, with life coaches, Boy Scouts of America allows that to happen. I am hopeful for to turn the page for next year as we open and launch the 21-22 school year, for everyone to reclaim our partnerships, to be visible, to stand together, to stand collectively in the hopes of helping our children become everything they aspire to become, which is civic leaders and individuals that will continue to be tomorrow's leaders. Thank you so very much. We appreciate it. I look forward to doing great things in Hillsborough County. While now we have had some really, really hard times financially, really hard, made some really unpopular decisions, we truly now get to move the conversation away from adults and truly focus on children. And this is at the anchor and the foundation of our heart, what we do. Because in Hillsborough County Public Schools, our job and responsibility is to prepare children for life. And I look forward to doing that. Thank you so very much. He's like, don't take the mic. Can't take it with you. Thank you. Budget cuts. We like to take the kind of things when we see them.
Congratulations again to Superintendent Davis. Our next honoree, I have the distinct honor and pleasure of introducing. In looking at her bio, it felt so formal, and I know her beyond just the formality. And Fentress Driscoll, Representative Driscoll, has been such a gentle giant in the Hillsborough County community. And while I don't have a background in scouting, I have a deep, deep passion for civil rights. And when I think of Whitney Young, who may be one of the lesser known names in the civil rights fight, but nevertheless made such a huge impact, I am easily reminded and make the connection of Representative Driscoll. Representative Driscoll was first elected to the House of Representatives in 2018, a graduate of Harvard University and Georgetown School of Law. Representative Driscoll is an outstanding attorney in Hillsborough County who practices with the law firm of Carlton Fields. She has been a leader within the Tampa community, where she has led or served on boards of many organizations such as the George Edgecombe Bar Association, where we first connected, Athena Society, Tampa Crossroads, and the Hillsborough Education Foundation. Representative Driscoll's priorities are finding solutions to challenges related to public education, the environment, affordable housing, social and racial justice, public safety, and opportunity for all. Whitney Young once said, "I am not anxious to be the loudest voice or the most popular, but I would like to think that at a crucial moment, I was an effective voice of the voiceless, an effective hope for the hopeless." This is who Representative Driscoll is, not just for the people of District 63, Carrollwood, Lutz, New Tampa, University of South Florida, but for all in the community at large. So please watch with me a tribute video to Representative Driscoll.
I subsequently met Fentress, and we didn't have a lot of time to engage because I was busy with the legislature, but I was impressed. I heard her speak, and I read about her history, and I think the tie that binds us together is the fact that we both are natives of Lakeland, Florida. I was born in Lakeland, and she was born in Lakeland. So I said, this girl is going places because we came from the same home ground. I met her, it was short and sweet, but I was impressed. And I knew that this young woman was born to lead. Fentress is a very bright young woman who is committed to public service and who has the ability to empathize and shows compassion for others and is dedicated to seeking equality and justice for all. And I'm thrilled and honored to be able to congratulate her today on achieving this success by being presented with the Whitney M. Young Service Award. Congratulations, and continue the fight for the people of Fentress.
As I've gotten to know her, she is one of the smartest people, which I'm sure everyone who's interviewed for this has said, but she's also very humble, a very likable person. She's extremely intelligent, and she's extremely fair-minded, and that's one of the things that I really love about her. Fentress is the kind of leader that everybody should aspire to be and should want to follow. I would describe her as a servant leader. She's somebody who puts the needs of other people first, and she's always striving to do the right thing, which can never ever be a detriment. Congratulations, Fentress, on winning the Whitney M. Young Service Award.
The first time I met Fentress was in 2015 when she was invited to join the Athena Society. She quickly moved into leadership, chairing various committees and serving on the board of directors. What I quickly learned is that Fentress is one of those rare leaders who can roll up her sleeves and get into the weeds, understanding the nuance and detail, while at the same time operating comfortably at a 70,000-foot view, providing clear vision and strategic thinking. Some years ago, Fentress and I hosted a tribute for Miss Ruby C. Williams at the Grover School in Bealsville. The town, the school, and Miss Ruby have such an important, storied history that Fentress was passionate to share. The town was founded by 8 families. One of them was Miss Ruby's, who were enslaved and had been emancipated. After the guests departed, we sat on the stage and shared our favorite moments of the day. And that was the first time I recall Fentress sharing with me her thoughts about entering into politics. I remember thinking how extraordinary she was and how in my heart I knew that if she took that path, she would be a major force in state and national politics. Today, Fentress brings the same level of excellence, commitment, and drive that distinguished her as Harvard's first African-American woman student government president. As a freshman Florida state representative, Fentress co-sponsored HRC 239, a common sense bill to honor and affirm our Florida state constitution's guarantee of equal rights for all men and women. As easy as that might seem to get agreement on, it actually wasn't. I joined Fentress in Tallahassee to lobby the legislature for this bill, and through that effort, I watched her move people and groups with very divergent agendas and positions to a place of common ground. She did this through a depth of knowledge on constitutional law, her exceptional ability to keep dialogues positive, collaborative, and constructive, and her tireless commitment for a more equitable Florida for all of its residents. Our community is better because of Fentress Driscoll. My warmest congratulations to my friend and our state representative, Fentress Driscoll, on today's well-deserved honor.
If I had to describe Fentress as a leader or a person, I would use the words established credibility. Let's face it, the girl is a genius. She is a graduate of Harvard University and Georgetown University Law Center. She's also employed by one of the top firms in the nation. But Fentress is a woman of strong values, a woman of strong character, which has indeed helped her to really take on some really big issues this year in Tallahassee. She's compassionate, and she has led with feelings and value. The girl has power when she speaks. I am often moved by her words, and it's not just me, it's my colleagues too, and colleagues on the other side of the aisle. She would have just finished a debate or spoke, whether it's in the committee room or in the chamber. Many will come to her to let her know that they listened and actually felt and heard her words. And that means something. She inspires, and she's aspirational. One thing I love about her is although she has various aspirations and goals in life, and so many of them she's attained, One thing for sure is that she's never left anyone behind. The FDKB duo. There'll never be another. Not only is she my roommate, my suite mate, and my seatmate, she is my sister. But I love her, and I just thank her for her beautiful spirit, her kind words, and kind heart that she has. Fentress is so deserving of any and everything that comes her way. And I am just so blessed to know her, to love her, but also to be by her side throughout this process.
Congratulating Representative Fentress Driscoll.
Good morning. Thank you so much, Johanse, for that wonderful introduction. Thank you, Pastor James, for hosting. Thank you. Well, I could just take all my time saying thank you. Thank you for waking up early and being here. Thank you, kitchen staff, for the delicious breakfast. So many thanks. Thanks for those of you who are joining us and online, and a special thanks to everyone who contributed to that beautiful tribute video. It was uncomfortable to watch because I'm someone who focuses on getting the job done, who focuses on the task at hand. But a friend did text me early this morning and she said, just enjoy it and just bask in the appreciation. And so I'm going to make the choice to do that. And I will tell you that as any other public servant and elected officials know, our job so often is very thankless. And people can read headlines in the news, but they never know about the work that goes into that and the heart and soul that goes into that. So you heard that I represent Florida House District 63 in the state house, Florida State Legislature. And I happen to be a member of the minority party. And what that means sometimes is it's very difficult to get your big ideas and the really big transformative policies that you want to get passed. It can be very difficult to do that. And it means sometimes that you suffer a lot of losses. You take it on the chin. But I don't do it for the glory. I do it for the people. And I try to lead from a place of what I know is right, which means that neither I nor my party always have the best ideas. And similarly, across the aisle, not everybody has the best ideas. But what I have found is that if we can work together, if we can take that concept and push and pull each other and try to get to a place of agreement, usually it's the right thing to do, but it's also where the people want us to be. And so in a time when our nation has been so divided, I'm just grateful for a morning like this where we can take an opportunity to come together and to celebrate what truly matters, and that's our young people. The possibility of giving young people an opportunity and to exposing them to more. I think back over my life, I was not a Girl Scout or a Boy Scout, although I do feel today like my life has been perfectly bookended, as I did receive a few years ago an award from the Girl Scouts and now from the Boy Scouts. It means a lot to me. But I think back over my life, and when I decided to get into politics, I was only 17 years old. I decided because of a youth program. I decided because of a teacher who took an interest in me, and I had a mentor who said, you know what, I think you have a gift. You should get involved in these youth programs in politics. So I joined Girl State. I tried out for Girl State, auditioned for it, was able to go and was governor of Florida's Girl State, and that taught me, you know what, even though you are a little girl from Polk County, just like Senator Arthenia Joyner, never give up on your dreams. And so at 17 years old, I decided that's what I wanted to do. Life took a long and winding road, and so for the young people out there, I'm just here to tell you that it's never too late. It took me until I was almost 40 years old to really go for my dreams. But I just want to just say thank you and encourage all of you who are giving to this Girl Scouts or Boy Scouts program because you never know what your impact may be on that young person's life and inspiring them to do more. I'm a testimony that when you invest in children, they can just have exposure to the world and determine that they could just aim for the sky. That's absolutely the impact that it had on my life. So I don't want to delay the program, but I do want to just take my moment to bask in the appreciation and to say thank you for being an inspiration to me and for helping to give me the motivation on the really hard days to keep trying, fighting for the people, because that's really what it's all about. Thank you.
Kind of fitting that I should be introducing our next honoree, given what Ms. Driscoll just said about the impact the teacher had on her life. Hello, my name is Ryan Clemens, and I am an Eagle Scout. I remember my troop leader telling me that I will always be an Eagle Scout. It should never be spoken of in the past tense. As I progressed forward from that moment, I realized that he said this to me because he wanted me to understand that the Scout oath and law were something I should always strive to uphold for the duration of my life. A Scout is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. When thinking about our honoree, Kevin M. Plummer, I see many significant parallels between his own journey and the Scouting journey. Kevin is the headmaster of Tampa Preparatory School, where I also work. Our school inspires kids to think, to create, to be themselves, to aspire to excellence, to go beyond, and to uphold a higher purpose than self. A higher purpose than self. Kevin Plummer is the tip of the spear of Tampa Prep. He works tirelessly to set the best example of these important traits so that our kids will do their best to achieve and maintain them. His impact reaches far beyond the immediate Tampa Prep community and into the larger Tampa community as a leader as well. Motivator and inspiration to all who know him. Kevin is so deserving of recognition today for his continued support of urban scouting through providing student volunteers, offering Tampa Prep buses to assist in transporting scouts, and hosting various summer day camp events at Prep. These are all examples of his commitment to a higher purpose than self. Much like the Scout Oath's commitment to help other people at all times. With that being said, I would like to recognize Kevin M. Plummer for this award. We're going to show a short video here in tribute of Kevin.
The first time I met Mr. Plummer was when I was probably this tall in 5th grade.
The first time that I met Mr. Plummer was a long time ago, back when I was, I want to say 5th or 6th grade.
Mr. Plummer, if I think back to the first time I met him, it was actually my job interview here for an English teaching position.
You sometimes see high school principals as removed from the school, someone who sits in an office, while he's very engaged with the community.
Kevin is a lively, friendly, very personable man.
Mr. Plummer is one of the nicest, most caring headmasters that a school can have, really.
Kind, funny. Gosh, Kevin to me is the best academic you could be. He thinks on a different level about the mission of our school, and he's so thoughtful and intelligent. However, he has a really human side to that, and every single student that walks in this building, it doesn't matter if you're in 6th grade, 7th grade or 12th grade. He will know your name, he will have a handshake for you, and he makes you feel like you are the best, most brightest student in the world.
Well, I just think that Tampa Bay, as well as Tampa Prep, is so fortunate to have such a great person in leadership, Kevin Plummer. And it is my great pride that I'm on the board, but more than that, that my 2 sons, and I've only got 2 boys, both graduated and loved and enjoyed working with the headmaster, Kevin Plummer, and this great institution.
Kevin has like this big personality. Like life is full and content and happy and enjoyable. That's how I see him. And what's really cool about that is while he's got this big personality, he somehow is able to balance that delicately with, you know, a sense of it being genuine. Never feels put on. It's just, that's who he is, and it's great. You want to be around a person like that.
A couple of weeks ago, my grandmother unfortunately passed away, but all throughout the entire process, Mr. Plummer was right there by my side because he knew her very well, and so he was a great person that I could go and talk to, and he was just really kind and so nice throughout the entire process. He was amazing.
And Kevin is the epitome of a great leader.
Congratulations to you, Kevin, on being a recipient of the Whitney M. Young Award. Well done.
Congratulations on being a recipient of this year's Whitney M. Young Award.
Congratulations, Mr. Plummer, on being a recipient of this year's Whitney M. Young Award.
That was my evidence in case you didn't buy what I was selling. English teacher, gotta have support. Without further ado, I'd like to call Kevin M. Plummer up to be recognized as an honoree for the Whitney M. Young.
Clearly I'm not doing my job very well at work because I was completely surprised by that video and that was shot in my building, so. That's rare that they get something past me. I'm gonna start in a weird place I love that Brian said, I am an Eagle Scout. I am not a Boy Scout. And I'm gonna start there because it is one of the great regrets of my life. I actually was a Cub Scout for 4 days. I had an altercation with Jimmy Loudermilk. This is a true story. I had an altercation with Jimmy Loudermilk the 4th day of Cub Scouts, and his father was the pack leader. And as a dad, you gotta make a choice, right? You're either supporting your son or this other kid. My older sister was a Girl Scout and was a Gold Award winner. My younger sister went through Brownies and went through Cub Scouts, through Girl Scouts as well. And I was the only person in my family that was unable to do the scouting journey. And that has never left me. And so it's been a great honor for me in this position to be able to support the boys and girls who have continued that journey. And 2 of mine, the Bedke boys, are back there. They are both Eagle Scouts. The only thing that I have to say bad about the Eagle Scouts in my building is they do it with such grace and humility that not many people know that they're there. And it's just a tremendous award. It's a tremendous organization. It deserves all of our support. And these young people deserve to have a moment of tremendous organizational, community, and institutional pride but they do it with such humility. So the Bedke boys are back there, and I'm just gonna take some of my time to celebrate y'all for being Eagle Scouts, you coolest boys ever. Ryan Kelly, Lawton Brinkman, one of the great joys of my job is getting that email, having that young person come to the door and say, Mr. Plummer, I'm eligible for my Eagle Scout Award. Will you write my letter of recommendation? I'm like, yes, without a doubt. This is a tough thing for me to receive. I'm grateful, grateful for this award. It is just simply the byproduct of being with excellent students, an incredible faculty, and in the warmest community ever. I don't really deserve this. So just been with great people. So I just want to say thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
I probably don't even need the microphone. If anybody's giving me this, then I'll pick it up and use it. But let me begin. My name's Mike Bedke. It's on your program. And just take a moment as a point of personal privilege to thank Reverend Dames again for hosting those of us who are fortunate to be here live. It's a virtual event. We have a few people here, but what Reverend Dames has done through his commitment to this program is really inspirational, and we're blessed. And the volunteers and staff, there are a lot of people getting awards and recognition, but we know what you do all day, every day, and we appreciate you very much. These four leaders are transformative. They're amazing, and because of the way our community is, so many of us know all of them or almost all of them. And we are able to see them every day as forces of good and decency and just doing the work of the angels. But I get to go last, not least. We're gonna talk about Glenn. Glenn is like Madonna, Sting. You just say Glenn, everybody knows who you're talking about. And as you'll see on the video, it's because nobody knows how to say his last name. Everybody's got a different spin on it. So, I want to take just a moment. And Glenn and I have had some personal conversations, and he knows how I feel about him. But the reality is that the relationship between and the partnership between the Boys and Girls Club and Scouting would not exist as it does today if not for Glenn. When we first started talking about it, Glenn instantly got it. He understood the importance. He knew that urban scouting needed to move forward and that all kids in this community needed to have the opportunity to benefit from leadership opportunities, outdoor skills, the types of things that so many of us take for granted. Glenn was there to advocate for the club kids. And he has been tireless and selfless in making that happen. We're in 9 clubs currently. I suspect next year that will double. 10. I shorted you one. See, I got to keep you on your toes there. Thank you, Jason and Jason. I could go on and on. Glenn has largely made this program. And he's tied in with some of the other recipients, and Addison and the schools, tremendous partners. Kevin, and what you're doing through making some of your facilities available, amazing. Fentress, you will never cease to inspire and motivate. But Glenn Well, I'd like to go on, and we'll have another sidebar. I'm not going to be the guy to take more time away from Hal Steinbrenner and the sheriff and Fred McClure and Bill Winters and others. So, roll it.
Glenn, this is Dr. Scott congratulating you on the Whitney M. Young Jr. Service Award. I can't think of a more deserving person for this award. Your dedication and commitment to the youth of this community has been overwhelming and impeccable. On behalf of the trustees of the Foundation of the Boys and Girls Club of Tampa Bay, I congratulate you. Have a great day.
Hello all, my name's Hal Steinbrenner. On behalf of the entire Yankee organization, I want to congratulate our very, very good friend Glenn on receiving the Whitney M. Young Jr. Award. Very well deserved. I've known Glenn for well over 20 years. We first met at one of the Yankee luncheons. It's hard to believe we've been doing it that long. These luncheons benefit the clubs. We do it every year during spring training. The one impression I got from Glenn right off the bat is that this is just a guy who loves what he's doing. And improving the lives of our club members, of these kids, is always foremost on his mind, always his goal, and always what he strives for. One thing about Glenn that hasn't changed through the year, he is a tireless, tireless worker. He pushes himself to do the best he can, always, and he does so with others as well. Never asking others to work any harder than he does, and always, again, with the kids foremost on his mind. This is a very well-deserved award, Glenn. Congratulations, and we will be seeing you very, very soon, my friend.
Hi everyone, Holly Tomlin here. Congratulations, Glenn. I am so proud of you, and I've been one of your students, I guess you would say, for many, many years. You've been a role model of mine, and you've mentored me, and you've guided me, and you've helped many of us leaders in the Tampa Bay community become better leaders. And Glenn is one of these guys that is just someone you want to follow. He's a quiet leader and very impactful. He's had a huge impact on my life, I know. And he cares very, very much about the development and the well-being of children and their safety as well. So no one better than Glenn. Class act all the way. Adore you, Glenn, and congratulations.
Hi, I'm Sheriff Chad Chronister. For many years, I've worked with Glenn Permui, seeing him give his all in planning the annual Boys and Girls Club of Tampa Bay's Great Futures Breakfast. His work ethic is unmatched, and his commitment to bettering the lives of children in our community is unquestionable. It is his tireless efforts that have given boys and girls throughout our county the opportunity to participate in scouting at no cost to their families. As a former Whitney M. Young Jr. Service Award recipient, I am proud to see this honor being passed along to someone as worthy as Glenn. Congratulations, and thank you for everything you do for the children of our community.
Congratulations, Glenn. I've been asked when I met Glenn and what my first impression of Glenn was, and when I met Glenn, I was struck by how he instinctively and reflexively wants to help people. Everybody he's around, he wants to help them. It's his first reaction. And whether that impression changed over time, and it did not change over time, but it took time for me to realize that Glenn is an organizational genius. He's a force of nature. He's a problem solver. He just gets everything done. The latest example, of course, is we had to go virtual on our biggest fundraiser, the breakfast, and Glenn just took it in stride, just did it. I really have no idea how it happened, but it did. Congratulations, Glenn, for the Whitney M. Young Award.
Hey, Glenn, congratulations, my buddy and good friend, on your being recognized for all your many years of service to the Tampa Bay community. I know better than anyone else that you're the last person who would ever expect to be recognized for what you've done, because anybody who knows you knows it's all about the kids. Yeah, if they say Glenn Permy, they see Glenn Permy, it's all about the kids. Well, you know, I consider leadership being able to convince people to do for free what you could never pay them to do. And you talk about Glenn Permy, now there's a leader. So this is why I'm standing here today. I go to a meeting, Glenn Permy comes over and says, hey, I understand you were in the clubs with your kids. So, yeah, I was. Hey, why don't you just come by sometime and do this? So, Glenn, I really don't have time to serve on a board or do it. No. You don't have to do that. Just come by and sort of stop in. So I go stop in. Next thing I know, I'm sitting in a board meeting, and from that board meeting, hey Fred, we need somebody to sort of work on the golf tournament. Can you do? I do all the heavy lifting. All you have to do is just sort of participate in 2 calls. Next thing I know, I'm out on a golf course twice a year, standing out there making announcements. Glenn's that kind of guy. He's the kind of person that comes across because he's so genuine, so authentic, and so involved and committed to what he does that it makes you want to do it too. You talk about young people in Tampa. I can go back generations. I've only been here 21 years. I have yet to meet a person who's been here more than 20 years who doesn't know Glenn Permy, whose life he hasn't touched. And what I can say, he taught them not how to make a living, but how they shall live. And that's what we look for in people who are going to guide future generations. And because of Glenn Permy, doors to bright futures have been opened not only in parts of Tampa, but in all parts of Tampa. Congratulations, Glenn. Hey, and welcome to the fraternity.
Glenn, come on up. And I think we can all agree that this is someone, this fine gentleman, that I just don't want my sons to emulate, but that we should all emulate.
I guess I'll use the mic. I'm not as powerful with the voice as Mike is. Thank you, Mike, and thank you, Bill Winters. These are 2 trustees of the Boys and Girls Clubs of Tampa Bay Foundation. I'm privileged to work with them and help any way that I can. All those on the video, those that are here today, my fellow honorees, congratulations. It's a privilege for me to be in this class with all of you. Thinking back of the great work that Scouts have done in this community and across the globe for hundreds of years, and the same thing with Boys and Girls Clubs. It's a natural fit. Mike and all those on the video were far too kind, saying that I lead these things. I guess if I wanted to share what I believe I do best, and that is to make connections and make a handoff. Mike and I had a conversation following a meeting a couple of years ago about why not Scouts and Boys and Girls Clubs working closer together. I said, Mike, I don't run the clubs. I'm not on the operational side of any of that, but I can connect you with the right people. Jason Jenkins and people that are still heavily involved now, 10 locations, Scouts. Jason was quick to point out, did you see those kids cheering on the video at the beginning? Those were our club kids over in Lacochia. It's wonderful that kind of partnership is there. My involvement with Scouts, and Mike doesn't know this, I don't know if anybody does, goes back, and I'm gonna date myself here, about 65 years. So I was 7 years old at the Boys Club in West Tampa, and we had our own Pathfinder. We had a gentleman named Larry Pezzo. And Larry said, we have a scout troop. We don't have a bunch of uniforms, we'll give you what we can. And growing up in a very humble type of presence and family, great people, but the club was my core. And Larry said, we're gonna have, Mr. Pezzo, we're gonna have our own scout troop, and we did. And it isn't as formal and maybe not as organized as it is today, clearly not, but we had a great time. And part of that was one Saturday a month, we would take a field trip. And listen, you can think about now needing parent permission and sign-off forms and all that. We were a little less formal at that time. Where are we going, Mr. Pezzo? It's a mystery trip. We'll tell you when you get there. And that, we took a lot of mystery trips. But we learned a lot, and it was a fabulous opportunity. So scouting and Boys and Girls Clubs go back a long way, and they're flourishing now. They're continuing to do great. And for me, having my wife here today, Martha, and then the table of club alumni. And I want you guys to stand, please, and be recognized. Please, come on, stand up. All club kids, all reasons that inspire me to continue to do more. Carlos, a tremendous business person and very involved, still very involved with the clubs. I think you could tell from Ricky and Leroy from standing up, they played a little basketball back in their day, and Jason as well. I always thought I was a great coach until they left my team, then I figured I was an average coach and they were great coaches. It's been a real privilege. I think one of the common grounds between Scouts and Boys and Girls Clubs is the model about being prepared. That's what we're trying to get across. Prepare for what you're doing right now, be great at that right now, but think about the future and how you compare not only yourself, but those that are around you. Make everybody around you better. So thank you for hosting this today. Rochelle, thank you so much for putting all this together. The video, which I had no idea about, was pretty awesome. So I have some people to thank, and I very much appreciate all of you being here. I want to be cognizant of the time and thank all of you again for the honor. Appreciate it.
All right, well, let's give all of our honorees another big hand. I think we've had a wonderful slate of honorees this year, and I'm grateful and thankful for this wonderful committee, my colleagues who work with me, and hats off. I mean, give them another hand. They did an excellent job. I can't say nothing about Rochelle. You don't know the work that she puts into this, the time that she puts into this, and I want her to know from the bottom of my heart how much I appreciate the work and her passion. And congratulations on your boys, Eagle Scouts. Amen. All right, well, they put the preacher up to ask for money. I don't know why. Roundtree, I don't know why. And so it is my opportunity to share with you that we'd love to have you be a part and partner with us in our urban scouting effort. As you can see, we have a goal today of $27,000. We're well on our way with 14. As you can see, this is real time, and so we hope that you can be a part. We were blessed to have some donations already come in, and we pray that you do the same today. And so if you would prepare your checks, I believe the pledges. Jason, do we have those forms?
We have forms, and we also have, if you want to use the text.
All right, you can text to give. I feel like I'm in church for real. You can text to give, or you can fill out the form today. This is our support urban scouting. You can text Whitney to 41444, and you can follow the link and press donate now. Would you please, ma'am and sir, be a part of our urban scouting? I think you've seen today how very, very important this mission is, and we hope that you would find it just as important. And not only today, but you can take this sheet with you, and you can give it to all your family and friends. Those who are virtually, thank you, who are joining virtually, thank you so very much. And those who are here, please make sure we're coming, but we're not there. We're coming, but we're not there. And nobody goes home, nobody moves. We have security at each door. So we're looking, the good part about having the U.S. Attorney's Office is we get to use the FBI. And they're standing at the door to make sure you don't leave, okay? But no, we really want to thank you so much for your kindness, for your graciousness, not only for coming at 7 a.m. in the morning, but also for being a part of our urban scouting movement. It means so much to us, and it's going to mean so much to our young people. So thank you so much for that. I'm going to turn it over to Rochelle, and she'll come with some of our remarks.
Thank you, Reverend Dames. While you're considering your pledge, I'd like to take just a moment to share some details with you about our work. Today, we have Cub Scout packs and Scouts BSA troops in 10 Boys and Girls Clubs, and many more, including more as soon as this summer. We have units at multiple Tampa Housing Authority sites, and in schools in Hillsborough and Pasco counties. And we've been limited in our ability to get into the schools just because of COVID. So we look very much forward this fall to reestablishing our relationships in the schools, and here in Hillsborough County, in the Transformation Network schools especially. We are working hard as well to expand our reach in Pinellas County with the incredible assistance of the United Way, Suncoast, as well as the Huff Foundation and new charter partners. And we're having a ton of fun along the way. The kids are really having fun. We just finished with a series of Pinewood Derbies, for those of you who remember that. We have an outdoor activity day this Saturday at Camp Sewell over in Clearwater, and we are already deep into planning, much thanks to Brian, for activities, outings, and day camps over the summer. Our district committee member, Kimberly Wilson, even took the step of welcoming REI to our community by persuading them to donate camping gear and other equipment so that our scouts are ready for outdoor adventures. So we're really working hard, and we feel so fortunate to have such terrific staff and amazing volunteers who are smart, hardworking, dedicated to our mission, and incredibly passionate about serving as many boys and girls through this program as we can. We want to serve more boys and girls. Thank you so much for helping us do that.
Thank you. That concludes our program. We want to again thank you for coming out and want you to know we appreciate your presence. Again, to all of our honorees, thank you so much. To our partners and friends, thank you so very much. To our committee members, thank you very much. And of course, let me quickly recognize our scouting partners. They are the persons who actually work for the Boy Scouts of America. Jason, would y'all just raise your hand? There you go. Those are two BSA employees. Thank you so much, Jason, for taking our call all the time and being attentive to our every need. We appreciate you. I think we're ready to go. We'll have our closing prayer and benediction. Let us bow our heads for this day. Thank you for this mission. We are grateful. We ask now your blessings upon it all. And it's in your name we pray. Amen. Thank you for coming out. God bless you and good day.